Hello divers, this is a video on a tool to help you complete the PADI Open Water Diver Course record and referral form. This is a form that PADI scuba diving instructors need to complete for every open water student. As you can see here, there's lots of fields that you need to fill in, and it takes I've timed myself, it takes about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes to fill out one of these for a single student, and about an hour for a class of 6. So it's definitely something that can be fairly time consuming. So I've developed a Windows desktop app to help you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to utilize that. So we'll go ahead and download that first. So you just need to go to GitHub. There's a Github Repo, the Instructor Assistant. There will be a link in the description. There's some information here about the program. There's also the source code here. This is written in Python. If you guys know Python, you can go ahead and have a look at the source code. But otherwise, you can go ahead and just click on the releases on the right-hand side. So there's an opportunity to download the source code if you want to run the source code directly from your machine. Otherwise, you can go ahead and click on the Windows installer. So we'll go ahead and open this. Now this doesn't have a Windows Publisher Certificate, so we're going to get a prompt here about an unknown application. So we'll go ahead and click More Info, and we'll just run it anyway. And yes, we'll go Next. I agree, and go ahead and install. Now we do have a hash digest if you want to go ahead and verify your download. Otherwise, you just go ahead and install it. You can see that we have an icon shortcut on our desktop. And we'll go ahead and open that now. So it's pretty straightforward. We have some fields for student, instructor, confined water, knowledge development, open water, as well as commands over here. So it's pretty straightforward. Basically, we'll go ahead and enter in your information for each one of these lines. You can toggle off or on anything. This is basically toggling it off. We'll leave it blank. You can toggle off a whole section. There's some buttons to make toggling a little bit faster for e-learning or manual. So you can see here, reset, unselect, select all. As far as students, you can add individual students or you can import students. There's some information on the GitHub about the format. This is in Excel. We're just going to import some student information. We have a sample instructor here. You can add as many instructors as you like. Each instructor gets a password that will essentially be prompted when they're asked to set the instructor. Essentially, setting the instructor basically puts the instructor initials on each of the skills that are in the on position. And so we'll go ahead and do that. First, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how another feature, how a template works. So for this course, let's just say we had pool Monday, Tuesday, and Monday, Tuesday, and then we actually had a pool on Wednesday there. And then we went out on the ocean on that weekend. 2 dives on Saturday and 2 dives on Sunday. So instead of going ahead and filling in each of these dive flexible and then the knowledge, we actually have a template set up that is something that you can build a custom one for. And essentially what that's going to do is just going to save you a little bit of time for when you're filling these out, where you can actually set some date pairs. So for example, when I'm teaching, I do Confined Water 1, I'll also do the swims, the float, and then also do knowledge development section 1. So instead of going ahead and clicking May 1st, I actually have a template that has that set up, and then some other dates here, and also some standard dive numbers that I complete the open water dive flexible skills. So we'll go ahead and set that template, that example template, and you can see that it actually autofills all of the dates there for me, turns off. We're not going to be doing e-learning, we're not doing the dry suit, we're also doing the RDP. So I'm going to go ahead and set my instructor and my password here. Just 1234, as you can see. And that's going to go ahead and fill in my example instructor for the dates, and then I'm going to set the dates in the dives, and those are going to set that in, and then I'm going to set my first student, which is going to be Ariel. And I go ahead and generate my PDF. And that is it. I go ahead and I got my first PDF. It's all filled out with my student. There's my instructor information, and that's basically ready to go. You still need to sign, which you need to print and sign, get your students to sign, or you can do a digital signature if you prefer, but that's essentially it. There is some opportunities to mix and match, like I said, for if you have, let's just use an example. Just use myself. And I'll just put email here. Password 1234. If you're team teaching, this is a great way. Say, for example, my example instructor did all the class and pool. See, I just turned off the ocean. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the class and pool and set my information for the ocean. We'll set all the dates, and we'll set that template. And Joe, forgot to put a student in there, but you can see that we have my information now, and we have my information on the ocean and my example instructor's information for the class and pool. So you can go ahead and play around with that. And if you'd like to set a different path, really straightforward, you can go ahead, choose a different path. If you don't want it saved to the desktop, it's pretty straightforward. As far as the templates go, if you want to make a new template, just click New Template. We'll go ahead and name our template. And essentially how this works is for each one of the skills, there's a number code. And if you want to make a date pair with, say, Confined Water 1, which is code 0, you go ahead and change what skills you want to change. So for example, I'm going to make swim and the float 0. I'm also going to turn off the dry suit orientation. We'll turn off the e-learning, and then just to show you there, we'll put 0 for section 1. I can also put a example text, just say pass. For this, we're going to do the RDP table, and I'll just kind of give you an example. For cramp removal, I usually just do that on dive number 1. So we'll just go ahead and save that template. And just to give you an example here, so we started this course on the 4th, and we're going to use our standard template this time. And I set the template. You can see that it changed the swims, the float to the 4th. It turned off the dry suit, and then as well as the section 1 and the e-learning. And it also added the cramp removal. So you can fill out these forms as much as you like. You don't have to fill them out completely. You can print them and then fill them out by hand afterwards. As you can see, if I just generate this, it's going to be a partial form right there. You can see that it's just partially filled out, and I don't have any student. There's no instructor information. And then if I wanted to go and set my instructor information, I can go ahead and do that and generate another PDF. And you can see that since I don't have a student, it's just rewriting over this same PDF here. It's got my information. And then if I go ahead and set a student, it'll actually make a new PDF. So there you go. So I hope that's helpful for you guys, and hopefully that saves you a lot of time when you're teaching open water courses. And yeah, enjoy. If you have any, if you find any bugs or you have any more information, you can go ahead and send me an email. Just report an issue to me if you're having any problems with this. Or like I said, if you go to my GitHub page, you'll find a lot more information on, for example, if you want to start importing students, etc. All right, have a good day.